Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. Chance to be ruthless. They don't wanna see me make it, they don't wanna see me care. Anytime I make some progress, I can see that they compare. I think everyone's against me, maybe something in the air. Am I paranoid? I swear a void is forming and they're scared. I walk a straight path, not many can say that. I like to play fast, cross me and there's payback. You better pray that I don't see your face at any place that I go. I know you hate that. I've been doing fine, I'm not wasting any more time. I live for the fight and the climb, and I think that the pain that's deep inside is what defines. So I won't give up, I'm gonna make it to the top. I don't care what's in my way, I swear I'm never gonna stop. I could fall flat on my face and I swear I will get back up, cause I don't deserve a thing and the road ahead is tough. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless.
It's your boy Miguel Z with the VOW Wrestling New Japan Rebound Podcast. I've got a guest for you folks at StocktonCon.
What up, everybody? AJ Kirsch here, the voice and the host of StocktonCon. The value of wrestling is awesome, so subscribe on YouTube. Scan the QR code right here, now. Subscribe, check it out.
There we go.
You'll be glad you did.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, that boy. Hey, man, shout out the value of wrestling. I'm right here with the Big Oos, San Jose. We're gonna shut this shit down. Love and respect, though, right? Value of wrestling. Hello.
Man, thank you, brother. Thank
If I get the right screen. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. I think we got the right screen up finally and running and working and doing its thing. It looks magical. I hope I'm not moving as slow as I look like I'm moving. Always hard to tell, But welcome. This is the Value of Wrestling. This is your SmackDown post-show review for May 10th. 2024. I'm joined with the one, the only Paulus, Clarke, and of course, New Japan Pro Wrestling expert over on the other side, Mr. Miguel Z. We are here. We are a three-man team because somebody doesn't know how to practice safety. Somebody wouldn't make it in Tony Khan's AEW because somebody decides to get themselves a Adam Cole injury and get their foot put in a boot. They wouldn't make it past the safety inspection in AEW, unfortunately. Welcome to the show, gentlemen. How are we doing tonight?
Doing pretty good.
And what about you, Mr. Bootman?
Like,
yes.
What am I going to say?
So here's a quick question, Miguel. Now that your foot's in the boot, do you have to open your mouth that much wider now? To put foot in the mouth.
Ooh.
That ain't fitting. I'll just tell you that right now.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, there you go. The booted one. Mr. Miguel Z practicing his best Adam Cole impression. And luckily, he's going to get to join us for a couple of these great shows that we do each and every week. Yes. And the big announcement, the big major announcement, I think you all need to get excited for if you're an AEW Dynamite fan. Ladies and gentlemen, join us for Wednesday night for your post show on Dynamite. Mr. Miguel Z is going to be co-hosting the show for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. He's asked for it. He's paid for it. He's wanted it for so long. It's finally coming to fruition. Mr. Miguel Z is going to get to work with Marty Richards. Marty Richards will be in studio to work with Mr. Z on the Dynamite post-show review. So make sure you're here for that, because that should be some entertaining stuff, if you know what I'm saying.
Should we tweet Brandon Cutler and let him know that Marty's going to be live?
Well, we can make sure that the Tampon Bucks and Brandon Cutler know. We can let the Soft Elite know that the almighty Marty Richards will be here to give his almighty advice to the ensemble that calls themselves Elite.
So what I'm hearing is the congregation is just going, Marty, Marty, Marty.
Yeah, there you go.
No, I think the children will be ready to come home and be basked in the glory of the Almighty One. And we'll get a real education, and we'll see if Mr. Miguel Z can survive with Marty Richards, since he's begged for it for so long, and now it's finally coming to fruition. You've been asking for it. You've been asking for it. But hey, we're here to talk about SmackDown, so let's jump into SmackDown, and we'll get through this. Tonight is SmackDown. It's the King of the Ring and Queen of the Ring tournament tonight on SmackDown. We're going to get several matches. We found out earlier Bobby Lashley was not cleared to wrestle. He was supposed to take on Tama Tonga. He was replaced with Angelo Dawkins for some reason. I would have gone more with Montez Ford, but okay. Angelo Dawkins versus Tama Tonga didn't help this tournament. It felt a little weak, at least on the men's side. You had Tama Tonga and Angelo Dawkins. AJ Styles and Randy Orton was the only really good match I thought out of all this. Carmelo Hayes and Baron Corbin was okay. LA Knight versus Santos Escobar, another okay match. The women I felt were a little heavier, a little better. You had Jade Cargill, Piper Niven, good match there. Bianca Belair and Candice LeRae. Naomi and Nia Jax. And then Tiffany Stratton was supposed to be taking on somebody, but I'm not seeing it here in the notes. Who was Tiffany taking on, though? It didn't happen tonight. It'll happen on one of these house shows.
Yeah, I think that's the house show match.
Mm-hmm.
I forget who she was facing. I don't see it in the notes to start off with. Oh, she's taking on Mishin. There we go. Yeah, no, she's taking on Mishin.
You're right. It was
Anyways, we first get a recap of Backlash. We had a great crowd in Backlash, and now we know the U.S. crowds have to come up to that level. I think this crowd tried their best to get up to this crowd. I just don't know if we got the best card for a crowd to be really excited about. But we did go running down that Tiffany Stratton takes on Mishin in the Queen of the Ring tournament. At some point, we head to the ring where Nick Aldis is. Aldis plays with the crowd and brings out your undisputed WWE champion, Cody Rhodes. Cody and Nick both have mics. Aldis congratulates Cody on retaining the WWE undisputed title. Aldis sneaks in, never a small thing to get your hand raised against him because Aldis pinned AJ in Impact to send AJ out of the company. Aldis invited Cody out of here to tell him who his next challenger will be, and out comes U.S. champion Logan Paul. That's certainly a choice. Sorry, that's. I wish the people who wrote these would write their notes, not their opinions. But anywho, Logan Paul is here, and it looks like we're gonna have a champion versus champion at the King and the Queen of the Ring pay-per-view in Saudi Arabia. Logan Paul definitely over in Saudi Arabia. I'm reading some of these notes. Who says Logan Paul Levesque era? Okay.
Yeah, he did mention that.
Okay. I kind of hate the bit of clever wordplay from Logan. Cody likes the challenge before him, but Logan doesn't care about his feelings as he's got facts. Logan is the longest reigning champion in WWE right now. The greatest attraction the company has been he had the best rookie of the year of all time. He's a superstar. Well, at least one of those is accurate. Logan asks if Cody is a superstar. Cody won the Rumble, but that year the only thing people remembered was him and Ricochet running and smacking the from ringside to ringside over the top rope.
Yeah.
Crossbodies onto each other. Cody might have won WrestleMania, but everyone was talking about Ice Show Speed and him. And 3 years ago at WrestleMania, Cody and Logan debuted on the same night, and ever since then, Logan has been fueling this company. None of this is Cody's story. Logan will pin Cody on top of Logan's logo, walk out as champion. Cody imagines a lot of people look at Logan and assume he's a dumbass. And as fun as that would be, Cody isn't going to insult him like that. This isn't a fad for Logan, and Cody knows that. He puts over Logan's career so far, then brings up that winning the U.S. title would make Cody Rhodes a Grand Slam champion. In addition to the good things, Logan is disrespectful and self-centered and unable to win a match without help. This is not an individual effort, Logan. This is a team event. And at King of the Ring, Queen of the Ring, Logan will find out exactly where he stands on that team. A little over long, but solid enough for the both men. This was good. Opening promo here. And we're going to get Cody Rhodes versus Logan Paul. This is because it's going to be in Saudi Arabia. Logan Paul being a huge social media star, being huge on YouTube, big over in Saudi Arabia. Why he's going to get this big main event. He's going to get another world title shot. Is it earned? Is it deserved? You can battle that out. You can have that conversation. Logan has really put in the work. He's really put in the effort. So I'm not mad that it's Logan. I just don't know how this match goes. Do you let Cody win both these titles? And if so, what does that mean? Is Cody the one that's going to take it off for Logan Paul? Do you have a tournament? Do you not want Logan to lose to anybody else? Cody isn't losing unless it's in some weird and nefarious means. This is going to be interesting. They've definitely booked themselves into a very interesting corner. Champion versus champion. Both belts will be on the line. Who will walk out with both belts? Will they walk out with both belts? Will this match end in a draw? Will this have some other outside interference? Will we see a return of some storyline? Could we see a final boss show up in Saudi Arabia to disrupt things again? Anything at this point is possible. I don't know how a Logan Paul Cody Rhodes match ends. I don't know how you end. I don't know if you have Cody take both titles. I mean, you could, but I don't know. Gentlemen, you thought
the U.S. title isn't on the line. They've talked about it being champion versus champion, but there's no official, like, the U.S. title on the line also. It just happens to be a champion taking on a champion for the WWE title.
Well, Cody did say if he wins, if he won the U.S. title, he'd be Grand Slam champion. So, and
if I win,
if I get the reports,
but again, there's been no official statement that the U.S. title is on the line there.
I don't know. I've gotten back and forth reports since watching it, so I don't know. It'd be interesting. Why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they put both champions on the line? I mean, yes, it's
if
safe
you're trying
enough.
to continue to build Logan Paul, even though you know Cody's going to go over that night, you don't put his U.S. title on the line.
Yes, but the arrogance of Logan Paul, he would want to put the title on the line, or at least Cody could push him to a point of like, fine, I'll put my title on the line.
I feel a little more chicken shit than that. Like,
know.
yes, to a degree, Logan Paul is very egotistical and arrogant, but he's also chicken shit at the same time on certain things. So it's like, I don't know if that quite fits his character or not.
But would it be safer, Cody?
You can make the argument on either side.
Would it be safer for Cody to pin Logan? Because it really wouldn't take Logan down many pegs. If Cody beat Logan, now he has two titles to emphasize being a champion. And then, I mean, we could have a tournament for a new U.S. champion. Therefore, you could crown a new U.S. champion without necessarily Logan taking a pinfall from somebody else.
Interesting take.
I guess it depends on the point of the mission.
Yeah, it's interesting what they...
No, yeah, you're right. There's possibilities there. I see what you're saying.
Oh, yeah, it's interesting that they built this into this place. If they put both titles on the line, if that becomes an official thing, it'll be very interesting how they play that out, because you can't let Cody lose. Logan's not ready to be world champion, not the undisputed lineage of that level.
Ooh.
So you would assume Cody would win. It would be an interesting way to get the belt off of Logan if you didn't really want him to lose to somebody, because I don't know who you could really who could really beat Logan. I mean, LA Knight might be a right guy, but I don't know if there's a lot of guys you want to have beating Logan for that title right now. SmackDown's a little weaker than Raw is again. Of course, we know that is what is coming because the transition is coming, and as Raw is going to Netflix, they're going to make sure Raw is a heavier stacked card, more than SmackDown, especially since SmackDown's not leaving Fox. It's going to go back to the USA Network. And the last 3 months of this year, we're going to have SmackDown and Raw back on USA Network.
Yeah,
Mr. Z.
that's going to be an interesting
USA.
3 months or so.
And a lot of people are talking, going, "Oh, it's the WWE's losing money." I'm like, they're making $8 million for 3 months. I mean, that's not chump change. I mean, I think they're doing pretty good for the last quarter before they go make $5 billion, $5 billion, whatever it is. I mean, money over hand over foot for being on Netflix.
I mean, look Netflix is waiting for that subscription rate to go up.
Yes.
Because that's exactly what's going to happen.
Well, and I don't know what happens when the deal with WWE and Peacock ends, because the WWE Peacock deal will end before the WWE Netflix deal ends, and so who knows where all the pay-per-views and everything are going to go.
Oh, they'll be on top of that when the time is necessary. They'll figure that out because they know that's their bread and butter.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I'd rather have the WWE Network come back because I thought that was the easiest thing to function. It was just a whole lot better than Peacock. I do not like trying to find.
It's just international as opposed to the U.S. distribution.
Yeah, international gets the bread and butter and gets the easy way to handle things on that damn.
Barely. Not
that was such.
I think there's very few places because Indonesia, it's on Disneyland or on Disney Plus. The WWE Network's on Disney Plus.
That's right.
And a lot of places in the UK, it's on another feeder system. I forget. So it's some of these.
Oh wow.
I mean, the WWE Network's out there, but it's in certain places because I know a lot of the other ones it's on different.
Trips, Mr. Hunter, please, can you bring back the network? Because that life was so much simpler with it.
Anyways, from there, we're in the back with Kayla. She talks to AJ Styles. AJ had Cody dead to rights at Backlash, but the crowd distracted him with all that singing. He should be the one taking on Logan, but the next time he meets Cody, he's beating him. Tonight, he's taking a step towards earning another title shot by winning the King of the Ring tournament. And it's interesting that we're not getting Cody and AJ again because that was a hot match. Would be a hot match in Saudi Arabia. But again, I don't know. Maybe you need to let that cool off. Don't know what AJ's going to go do with all this, but it's going to be very, very interesting how that plays out. And we get our opening qualifying match for the night, Naomi versus Nia Jax. And I think we got a very good, solid match. Naomi looking strong here, but in the end, Nia Jax hits her bonsai drop, because I will not call it what she calls it.
Annihilator.
Because it's the bonsai drop.
Bonsai.
And Nia Jax wins in a 10-minute match. A good, solid match here. I don't think you're going to say this is the great match, but this is a good, solid match. Unfortunately, I know a lot of people are going to get mad that Naomi seems like she's become the jobber of these people, but I mean, Nia needs to kind of win here. Nia's the right person to go over in this match. Nia's going to have a tough opponent, which we'll talk about later. I'm really excited for that, but I think Nia's the right person to win here. We can love Naomi, but we see where Naomi is. It's just not going to be Naomi's time at this moment. But I think we can safely say, at least under a Triple H era, even though we see people that may not be getting over right now, we know Triple H is going to let them have their dues. Triple H knows what it's like to eat a lot of crap and then get their moment.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I think Triple H is the best in this to tell somebody, hey, it's not perfect, but when the time is right, we'll get you there.
Yeah.
But at least they gave Naomi that one really good hope spot with the, I want to say Frankensteiner, but Hurricane Rana.
Yeah.
Nia Jax. He was like, wow, Nia actually took that particular move.
Yeah.
And didn't do half bad with it.
Yeah. And, and I gotta say it. I mean, Nia seems like she's starting to come into her own just a little bit more and being a little more entertaining in the ring than what she once was.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll take that. As long as she's moving forward and getting better and entertains me and entertains everybody else, I'm all for it.
Absolutely.
Anyways, we're in the back. Baron Corbin gets an interview with Brian Saxon. We haven't seen Baron Corbin in a while. Nice to see him back on SmackDown. Baron Corbin says he went and found himself on SmackDown. Carmelo Hayes walks in and makes fun of Corbin, tells Corbin he should withdraw because he's going to run circles around him. Carmelo giving Corbin a hard time, asking, "Oh, when did you get called up?" Good stuff here. It sends us a break. We get a video for DIY, which is exciting. Hopefully they'll do something with DIY on the SmackDown roster. We'll have to wait and see. Baron Corbin is heading out to the ring. Love the new entrance and everything coming over from NXT, keeping in that same character, that same momentum, feeling more like Lone Wolf Baron Corbin. At least they didn't give us some like throwback to King Corbin or Lucky Corbin or Happy Corbin and all the other crap we got. So we're getting Baron Corbin here against Carmelo Hayes. I don't know if this was the strongest of matches in that in this King of the Ring tournament. Like I said, I think SmackDown was a little lighter than Raw. Raw, we got banger after banger after banger match pretty much. SmackDown, we're kind of like, yeah. At least the men's side. The women's side.
Gave us burger after burger after burger?
No, they gave us more like a fish sandwich almost. No, I mean, Baron Corbin, Carmelo Hayes, of course. I mean, they gave us a great solid match here. Corbin got to show some stuff. We haven't seen Corbin look this good in a long time. I think we found where Corbin needs to be. I think they changed his character up so much in so many different directions that Corbin, being the lone wolf Corbin, being the badass that he is what we need. Mm-hmm. Corbin gave us a lot of times to think here that Corbin may have won, but Carmelo Hayes at 6 minutes, 30 seconds with a sneaky roll-up gets the one to a 3. And Carmelo Hayes is moving on, which is perfectly fine. Corbin didn't need this win. Doesn't do any damage to Corbin. Corbin has a lot of stock and can do a lot of things. But it was good to see this match. I think Corbin and Carmelo Hayes, it's a good match. It just when you compare the tournament brackets to Raw, you look at Raw and go, well, there's everybody, every big main eventer almost seemed to be in the tournament. And on SmackDown, you're kind of like, it feels like they're going to build more stars on SmackDown right now than they are on Raw.
But that's SmackDown's legacy anyways, is
True.
To build the stars, to build the new stars. I don't know. The fact that Baron Corbin is a former King of the Ring himself. I mean, like, on one hand, I kind of wanted him to do a little bit better, like maybe get at least a first round win. But I also understand that, like, you also have to build Carmelo Hayes. You know, now that he's on the main roster, he's the new toy. Either way, it wasn't going to hurt the other too much.
It's going to be interesting to see who gets to the end here. With the names that are listed here, I think we may wind up with something like an LA Knight versus a Gunther for the King of the Ring tournament when we get down to it. We'll have to wait and see. Well, I don't think it could be Randy.
I was thinking more of.
Go ahead.
I was going to think Gunther and Ilya. That'd be a solid final.
But that's not. But they're both on Raw. I'm talking about the final. I'm talking about Raw versus SmackDown.
Oh, the final. Yeah. But I'm thinking the semis. That should be a great one. They should run that back and let.
They've got to be real careful though, because I mean you've got to build Ilya up. But I don't know if you can let Gunther lose either. I mean I'm a little worried that if they get there, these two are going to be great. They're going to have a great bang of a match. They have a lot of history there. But do you really want to see... I mean, I guess Gunther beating Ilya to go on might be okay, but it's going to be very interesting how they play that out. But looking at the thing, I'm feeling...
If you were just saying, too, like with Corbin taking the L in this one, it didn't hurt him.
No.
Didn't hurt him at all. But like you said, saying if Carmelo took the L, it wouldn't have hurt him either.
Yes. I think Carmelo losing would have hurt more on Carmelo than Baron losing, because I don't think Baron has to kind of rebuild his stock on the main roster, because you can't say everybody on the main roster is watching NXT. If you're watching NXT, then Corbin is a solid producer now. If he's coming back up to the main roster, people who really watch the main roster, are going to think are still going to see him as old Corbin. Is he better than he was? Yes, I think he's back to where he needs to be. But in this moment, yeah, Carmelo would have lost the Baron. I think that would have really it would have dropped Carmelo back a long ways. Because Carmelo's new, the baby face. Well, not he's a heel, but I mean, he's the new face that they're going to push. And I guess we lost Mr. Z in that moment. So we'll have to see how that goes here for a moment. Do that. He calls back. We'll let him back on. Give us 1 second, ladies and gentlemen, because we lost connection. We're going to see what's going to happen. Encoding overload. I don't know why we're having an encoding overload. Everything seems to be good. Not pretty. Okay, can we stop? Oh, everything. Let's see here. Transition. We're just waiting for him to get back here. My chat just crashed. Okay. Stand by, everybody. We're in a moment here. Things are opening. That shouldn't be opening. Why are things opening? I don't want opening. Oh, why is Mr. Clarke going away? Okay, we're getting back, everybody. Okay.
What just happened?
I don't know. You died. Everybody died. We're connecting. Everything's okay. Are we back yet? Okay, you're back, but Mr. Clarke's not back.
I'm not.
You know, I see you, but you don't.
Okay, there we go. Now everybody's back. Okay, let's get rid of that. Let's reopen this, and we are back, ladies and gentlemen. That's what happens when you do live stream services. People come, people go, people happen.
And you can't blame it on AT&T. That's what you can't.
There once was a booch who had AT&T. There once was a booch who had AT&T. Anyways.
We need to be in the 2300 arena, and all we need is a nice big count of FTNT. FTNT.
Yeah.
AT&T, excuse me.
There we go. All right, there we go.
FUATT. 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 Yep, there you go. Alrighty. Anywho, there we are. Well, let's see. In the back, Bailey's talking with Kayla about the Queen of the Ring. Bailey is curious to see how Jade Cargill does. Chelsea Green and Piper Niven are here, though, and Chelsea promises that Piper will beat Jade tonight. Speaking, we see Jade walk in the back and are told that the match is up after the break. Byron is here with Randy Orton in the back. As we come back, Randy admits he's accomplished a lot in the WWE, but he's never been King of the Ring. Do we really need King Viper? We all know how great AJ is, but it feels phenomenal to hit him with the RKO out of nowhere. Randy then says something for Tama Tonga. He's not forgotten that they took out Kevin Owens and promises that when he and Tonga cross paths again, he's going to let him see the beating coming. Up next, Queen of the Ring qualifying match, Jade Cargill versus Piper Niven. This is a good match. I mean, I don't see why people are so down on Jade Cargill. I think she looked really good in this moment. She looked impressive. She picked up Piper Niven for Jaded, dropped her down, and got the pin. This match went 5 minutes, 15 seconds. This is what Jade Cargill needs. People are probably going to be pissed. Oh, her matches are short. But that's part of what she needs right now. She needs short matches. She doesn't need to be overexposed at the moment.
They did that perfectly. There was nothing wrong with that.
And she beat Piper Niven, and her next opponent's going to be Nia Jax. And yeah, I think it's going to be very interesting. We may get the Storm Queen. We may get Queen Jade Cargill out of this because I don't know who you let Jade Cargill lose to right now.
If she could pick up Nia Jax for Jaded, damn.
Well, you got a preview tonight with Piper
I know. That's what I'm saying.
We'll have to wait and see how that plays out for sure. But good, solid match here. Jade Cargill looking good as she beats Piper Niven. And even gives a good, nice shot to Chelsea Green. Even though I thought Chelsea Green was going to start pulling off a Tony Storm and throwing shoes in the ring.
I think that would still fit her character.
Yes, it
Just
would.
being the Karen that Chelsea is.
Yeah.
At least with Chelsea and her character, I understand it better. With Toni Storm, it's just kind of the over ridiculousness of her character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do not disagree with you.
Anything else you guys want to say about Piper Niven and Jade Cargill?
Nope, they did it perfectly. We'll move on from there.
They did what they need to do, and I don't understand why anyone would look down on it. Look at her run in AEW. It's not like she had a bunch of long matches. Okay, so why they don't have to do anything different here? Where she should have her long matches is on the live events to get her reps in. Once she gets through, where they want her there, then you bring it to television.
And the funny part is, it's the Tribalist fans are the ones that are complaining because we stole her from them.
I don't know how I don't know how WWE stole her. She willingly walked over and signed a contract, just like Alexis King, just like a Sean Spears, like some other names Ricky Starks might do in the future. Who knows? Maybe an all ego Ethan Page will decide that NXT is the next stop for him along the path. Post match, Bianca Belair comes down. Her and Jade celebrate as we go to a break. We get a new video package for Shinsuke Nakamura, continuing his character that they have built on Raw. Now he's announcing himself for SmackDown. Mr. Clarke finds it very boring. Obviously, I hope that we just get a repackage that Nakamura can continue this character, but actually be built in the proper direction. Why is Nakamura not in this King of the Ring tournament is an interesting question to pose. But I guess, he wouldn't win it, so maybe you don't want to put him in that way. I don't know. Hopefully they give us a ruthless... Maybe it's time for Nakamura and AJ and the club to form a union. I don't know. Something needs to give here. Shinsuke Nakamura needs something to get him right on the direction and become the fish.
The king of strong style back. That era of Nakamura, at least. Or
I need Brock Lesnar to return to SmackDown and get attacked by Shinsuke Nakamura.
Perfect.
That would be interesting.
Perfect.
And then I need Brock Lesnar to get attacked by Shinsuke Nakamura, then Brock Lesnar to have a couple matches where he just dominates like he does, and then build a Brock Lesnar Shinsuke Nakamura into SummerSlam, and then have Nakamura tear the beast apart, style, and let Nakamura win. If you want to get Nakamura back over, that
would be the first time.
Would be a great guy to put Nakamura in the ring to get Nakamura back under some good footing. If he were to take down a beast, whoo!
Yeah.
Anyways, it's Candice LeRae versus Bianca Belair. It is what you exactly thought it was. A short match. Bianca Belair wins in 2 minutes, 55 seconds. Candice LeRae will get her time, but right now it is what it is. Bianca Belair moves on into this. Are we going to get Bianca Belair versus Jade Cargill? Are we going to get the women's tag team champions taking on each other in this bracket? I don't see Jade Cargill losing, and it's going to be very interesting if she has to go face-to-face with... Bianca Belair. Of course, it could be Tiffany.
They face each other at some point.
Of course, it could.
Soon or not.
It could be Tiffany Stratton. Now, Tiffany Stratton would be a great king of the ring, queen of the ring.
Queen of the ring.
Yes, she'd be a great queen of the ring. But I mean, it's sad that Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill have to be on the same bracket system, so they won't be in the finals. So I don't know if you get to Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill. That's the last two for SmackDown. I don't know which way you go. Jade Cargill beating Tiffany Stratton beating Jade Cargill in this tournament would be huge for Tiffany Stratton. Could be very, very interesting.
Then that becomes more of a question of who do they really want to build.
I don't know. You got to be careful with Jade Cargill because you want to book her, but you don't want to overbook her and not be able to deliver. And you got to be careful with Tiffany Stratton because she's hot. She's definitely the next big heel. I mean, she's the next Charlotte Flair. In all honesty, I mean, she's living in that level. It's going to be a difficult one to balance.
Well, I mean, her moniker is center of the universe. So.
Anywho, we get a good recap of Tonga Leo debuting. I'm also biased all the look up. Okay, who cares about his botch? In the back, the Bloodline 2.0 are hanging out, and Heyman asks for some time alone with Solo. Solo calls out Heyman for pulling Roman from the draft, which got them drafted in the 3rd round instead of number 1 overall. That's like taking money from Solo. Last week, Heyman gave Jay a look, and Solo asked Heyman if he was asking for help. Heyman denies that. Solo knows that Heyman is trying to help the family, but if Roman's still out of the picture for Heyman, Roman has talked with Solo. Roman said Roman has talked with Solo, but not Heyman. Roman says Solo calls the shots now until Roman returns. So until then, Heyman will be the Solo's wise man. Solo hugs Heyman, but gives a sinister look towards Leo and Tonga. It's an interesting situation. I don't know who's calling the shots over all of this. It's going to be very interesting to see. But it's interesting to see how this is all playing out.
I think the point is to create intrigue, and those questions will get answered when it's time for Roman to come back.
Yeah. Real quick, to backtrack on Shinsuke Nakamura, I just seen this right now. Lesnar defended the IWGP World Heavyweight title against Nakamura in Jan 6 and defeated Nakamura to retain the title. So they have crossed paths. I was just wanting to make sure.
And that's your New Japan Pro Wrestling moment for the night.
There you go. Oh.
All right. Up next was Angelo Dawkins and Tama Tonga, which was an interesting match. They're coming out to the ring. We get a video package for Andrade talking about how he is Andrade El Idolo, and he's here because he's supposed to be here. And so yeah, good package for Andrade.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. King of the Ring, Solo Sikoa, or not Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga versus Angelo Dawkins. This match was a little disappointing to me. It was a quick match. You went 2 minutes, 30 seconds. But Angelo Dawkins seemed to get most of this stuff out. It seemed like Angelo Dawkins was dominating this match until the very end when Angelo got distracted by Solo and Tonga Leo taking out Montez Ford. Mm-hmm. This then allowed Tama Tonga to get the big win. With the jumping flatliner, I would have thought Tama Tonga would have came out here being a killer and just ran through Angelo Dawkins. Of course, after the match, Solo Sikoa, Tonga Leo, and Tama Tonga, they spiked Dawkins, leave him laid out in the ring. I think it could have been a little better there.
Yeah, not what I was hoping
what the result
for.
was going to be.
Right. I mean, the result is what we thought it was going to be. But the match we got was not what I was hoping to be. That was not up to the standard I would have thought it was going to be. But I'm not the Booker man, so I don't know.
But then by the same token, it's like, what do you want for 2.5 minutes? That's how long the match was.
Just a gun.
No, but I mean, Angelo Dawkins.
It's over with.
Angelo Dawkins had Tama Tonga rocking most of this match, and I'm like, Tama Tonga should be an annihilator. I mean, he should have gone in here and destroyed Angelo Dawkins. I don't even know. I mean, it should have. Yeah, you could probably gotten away with the squash match, but I mean, you got something there. I just want to see Tama Tonga and Tonga Leo be built as these vicious. I mean, they need to be Haku's kids. I mean, we say Haku's name. We remember how vicious Haku was. They need to live up to that lineage. Yeah. And the fact of the matter, the commentating table is preaching their story of how vicious they are, that they're Haku's kids. They were selling that aspect of it, but what we were watching in the ring was Tama Tonga kind of getting dominated by Angelo Dawkins. And you're just kind of like,
Yeah. Okay, so let me ask you this then: what makes someone look more of a badass? How savage you can be, or how much savagery you can take? How many hits you can take and still keep getting back up?
I guess, but this being
you make arguments on both sides.
The Tama Tonga being his first match, his first solo match. I just felt like it should have been more of just a complete domination. Just should have almost beat down, like walk in the ring, beat him down, and then the bell ring, pin him type of thing. Like they should have jumped them from the beginning. I get the other side of it, but these two guys should be almost, and I'm worried here because how do you put Tama Tonga in this, and how do you get him out of this tournament because he can't win? So I mean, are we really are we going to get Tama Tonga versus Gunther at King and the Queen in the ring? Is this the direction we're going?
Don't do it.
That could be dangerous.
Don't do that.
Now, do you run him and Randy Orton?
Both of them.
Do you run him and Randy Orton to one another? How do you get Orton maybe the winner to face Gunther, but not hurt Tama Tonga? You know, Tama Tonga doesn't need to lose any matches right now.
Right.
It's interesting they threw
If
Tama.
he gets distracted with a Kevin Owens return or something, you can kind of slide by with it.
Yeah, you just got to be real careful with how they're going to play this out because I'm like, I don't know why Tama Tonga's even in this tournament. It's just like, Solo Sikoa, I would have understood a lot better. Tama Tonga, I'm like, it's just the wrong guy to have in this tournament. But we'll see how it plays out. Of course, post-match beatdown, Blair Davenport got her package, hyping her up. Can't wait to see her on SmackDown. And AJ comes out to the ring. Next week, we're going to get Cody and Logan's contract signing. Then more royalty rings. And this contract signing happening next week on SmackDown. And everybody, guess what? SmackDown. Where is SmackDown emanating from next week?
Jacksonville, Florida.
Exactly. They're going to have Cody and Logan Paul signing a big match contract for King and the Queen of the Ring in Saudi Arabia in Jacksonville.
And Cody's going to be like, hey, this place looks familiar.
No, because they're actually going to be in an arena, not Daly's place. So, yeah. He'll remember the city, but he'll actually be in an arena that's probably full of people and not Daly's place where they have to ask for seat fillers to come in or give seats away.
Hey, that was during the pandemic, man.
Anyways, it's the main event of the night. It's the next qualifying match for the King of the Queen.
I was going to make the comment, maybe AEW should go to doing the Thunderdome. At least it'll be a packed house every night.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's a screen world after all.
But yeah, no. AJ Styles versus Randy Orton. We got a good solid match here. This was the match that you expected from the King of the Ring tournament. A lot of back and forth here in the very end. Of course, Randy gets the... AJ now calls for the Styles Clash, but Randy counters it into an RKO, and that'll do it. This match went 17 minutes, 6 seconds. Good solid match. Randy Orton, AJ Styles. Randy gets the win. Randy's moving along in this tournament. I'm assuming that we're going to get the finals for SmackDown. It's going to be Randy versus Tama Tonga. That's the only thing that really makes sense here. But we do have the match with LA Knight, so I don't know what role he plays into it. And I don't know how the brackets break down at this point. So I don't know who's facing who.
It'll be much clearer next week.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. And, of course, on Raw, we're going to get more clarity there. And then we'll see where SmackDown, we're just building forward. So I'm glad we're getting all these tournaments. We got a lot of matches tonight on SmackDown. We got a lot of matches on Raw. Things should be flowing a little more. So it's interesting to see a lot of the things that are coming forward, how these things will play out, and what is going to come next. Hopefully everybody out there in YouTube world's watching this and looks okay, because we've had some technical difficulties. We had systems go down, and we're kind of running on a lag tag. Lots of cables, lots of cords, trying to keep this show going, but we do it for you. We do it to be here. Unless you decide to take yourself out of work and try to play Adam Cole and So Mr. Z, we
did
still
not do it on purpose.
We still haven't heard the story of how.
And like I said before off air, if there's no footage, it didn't happen.
Oh, there's footage because security told me they watched it and laughed a lot. So
Well, we need to get a hold of security so we can get that video footage here on air. Maybe that's something we save for Patreon.
Just give me the right commentary team to talk about that.
Oh my God!
And we're good.
He must be dead. He must be dead. Oh my! Oh my God! I'll get you on the commentary.
Best Joey Styles.
I'll get you the commentary team. We'll call up Tony Schiavone, Excalibur, and Don Callis for you.
No, do not. I just showed them how to take a bump the right way.
We'll bring in.
But no,
We'll bring in them.
No, just me falling over and spraining my foot. So it happens. Only at work, fellas. Only at work.
Yeah. You wanted to play Hop Along. You know, it's a little early for playing Halloween, right? I know, dressing up like Adam Cole.
I got to use one of those grocery shopping carts today, so I had a blast trying to actually being able to keep up with my wife's stride for once. Okay, it felt really good.
What does she got, a 20-inch stride? I mean, does she got that military stride?
My wife is 6'2", nothing but legs. Yes, it's a long stride.
I don't think I need. If you want to talk about strides and complain, I think you need to look at the man on the other side here, Mr. Clarke. I mean, he's notorious for trying to keep up with people who have a longer stride than he.
Oh yes, me walking with Evan.
Yeah. But yeah, no. So yeah, I have my greatest Adam Cole impersonation going on right now, and I can only imagine what Marty's going to say on Wednesday. So we'll keep it at
I guess that will make Mr. Clarke. I guess that'll make Mr. Clarke Matt Taven, and I will play the role of Mike Bennett, and we will pull you out on the wheelchair.
I was gonna say, at least you're not doing your best Roderick Strong impression, Mr.
Oh my
Strong.
goodness!
No, that's Tony Khan cosplaying as Roderick Strong.
They said don't wear it, so it's okay. Someone told me not to wear neck brace on air.
Yeah, don't drop yourself on your head, and you'll be okay. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Miguel Z has an announcement for you. Mr. Miguel, what do you got coming out tomorrow for people?
I just finished, actually, earlier today. I recorded, we have a Resurgence review, not even a review, more
Preview.
of a preview. Tomorrow, we'll drop tomorrow morning on our channel, right here on YouTube, where I will go over the card for Resurgence, and then possibly following Resurgence, I'll go ahead and do a review and have it sent out, so it'll be ready for Tuesday.
So tomorrow you're going to have a Resurgence preview show for New Japan Pro Wrestling, and then on your Tuesday show will be the fallout and everything going on there. And
Yes,
of course,
sir.
that brings us to Sunday at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We will be back with your weekly roundup podcast. Sorry, trying to get words straight. We will be here, all three of us, to talk about everything going on in the world
I
of
messed
professional
up
wrestling.
too earlier too. It's okay.
You messed up a lot of things, but that's okay. Better late than never, I guess. Anywho, yes, we'll be here on Sunday night at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time with your weekly roundup podcast, where we're going to go over everything that happened this week in the world of professional wrestling. We're going to break all the details from your SmackDown, from your Raw, from everywhere else, including that AEW Dynamite. And Monday we'll be back with me, Mr. Clarke, and Mr. Z, if he wants to be here, to give you a whole Raw post-show breakdown. We'll break down everything on Raw. And then, of course, Tuesdays, it's New Japan Rebound Podcast right here on the channel. Mr. Miguel Z was going to cover everything that's going down on the Resurgence pay-per-view. And then Wednesday, the big Wednesday, the moment that Mr. Z has been waiting for, crying for, begging. Hello, how are you doing today? We are doing good, Mr. Robertson. Is it Jaco Robertson? I guess that's what we'll say. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Thank you for joining the show. Thank you for tuning in. But we are doing good tonight. We are kind of in the wrap-up point, so I hope you've enjoyed the show. If you're just joining us, make sure you come back and watch all the shows in full. But Wednesday, Miguel Z gets his dream come true. He gets a early birthday present. He gets a big birthday present. He gets to do the post-show for AEW Dynamite with Mr. Marty Richards. The Big Dog Roman Reigns returns next year, 2025, WrestleMania 41. I'm sure Roman Reigns will probably return before then. I wouldn't be surprised if he returns around Survivor Series and War Games, maybe even SummerSlam. We will have to see how the story plays out. They are telling you a story. Are we getting all the pieces? No, but it's definitely interesting. Who is telling Solo Sikoa what to do? I don't know. We'll be discussing that in a lot more detail going forward tomorrow, or Sunday, on the Roundup podcast, where we break all that down, everything else going on during the week. We just talked about all the shows that are coming out this week, and then Thursday's always your weekend preview. Mr. Clarke puts that together to tell you the future. The Rock and Cody SummerSlam 2024, the WWE Undisputed WWE Universal Champion. It is no longer the Universal Champion, it's just the WWE Championship. Rock and Cody at SummerSlam, we'll have to see. I don't know if we're going to get that soon. I think The Rock's still tied up. May happen. I'm not writing it off, but it's still kind of up in the air that that's official. There's a lot of things to come. We're just going to have to wait and see. There's a lot of ifs, maybes. I know that's the big prediction. Cody Rock, SummerSlam. And that's possibly the most reasonable idea, but I don't know if they'll pull the trigger then. And then where does Rock, Roman, the Bloodline, all these other pieces fall into that? There's a lot there. The picture's going to get really blurry going forward, but it's a good solid idea, good solid prediction there. Gentlemen, is there anything else you want to say before we shut down the show and close up for the night?
So if you want a Resurgence preview, there's actually already one within the weekend preview. But if you want to see a detailed preview, that's when you watch Miguel's show tomorrow.
All right.
There we go.
Let's get out of here. Let's say good night.
That show. That's going to be fun. Good night,
We will
folks.
see you all on the next one.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself.